Countess Elizabeth Bathory, born August 7th, 1560, died August 21st, 1614. She was a Hungarian noblewoman who was known for killing many young women and supposedly bathing in their blood. When she was a child, she suffered from epileptic seizures and other sicknesses. One of the remedies they had at the time, probably for anemia, was putting blood of a non-anemic person on your lips. So they thought that that could help with like the seizures and falling down or whatever else. And that's most likely where the rumors of her bathing in blood came from. Although that's all it was a rumor. She didn't actually bathe in virgin's blood. At least that's what historians say. Now, there are rumors of her being cruel and torturous even as a young child. There was one interesting story I heard where she watched a man who was accused of stealing. As his punishment, he was sewn to a dead horse, and as she watched this happening, she laughed. But really, what's more disturbing? The fact that she laughed, or the fact that they're sewing a dude to a horse? She was engaged to Count Ferenc Nadasdy when she was 10, and she married him at 14 years old. This is from nationalgeographic.com. As newlyweds, they moved to Sarvar in western Hungary, where Nadasdy schooled his wife in torture. Nadasdy Castle became the site of a number of atrocities. For Bathory's pleasure, Nadasdy had a girl restrained, lathered in honey, and ravaged by insects. He gifted the Countess gloves spiked by claws, with which to thrash her servants for their mistakes. Further corruption came from Bathory's Aunt Clara, who introduced her to orgies and a shadowy circle of people considered sorcerers, witches, and alchemists. It's kind of a match made in heaven, or hell. Is that what they call serendipity? They say that she would have her servant girls sew for her, and if they would mess up a stitch, she would punish them by sticking the needles into their fingernails. If the girls tried to pull the needles out of their fingernails, she would cut off their fingers. So she would beat them, stab them, and she had her own torture chamber where she would put them and do all kinds of stuff and strip them naked. That's very important. Now, this was all done under the guise of having these local peasant girls come to her gynoeceum in order to learn etiquette. All right, gynoeceum. In ancient Greece, the gynoeceum was a building or the portion of a house reserved for women, generally the innermost apartment. In other words, a women's quarters. The married women of the household would often join the unmarried woman and female slaves at night when she did not join her husband. Okay, the gynoeceum. That's what a gynoeceum is. But eventually, the local peasant girls started running out, so she started having the daughters of the noblemen and noblewomen come to her gynoeceum, and she started killing and torturing noble girls. Mind you, she didn't do all of this alone. She had the help of all of her close confidants and friends and crazy witches. They would help her carry out all of these torturous deeds. But switching to the noble girls was probably what led to her downfall, because shortly after that, they started an investigation. They started getting all of these confessions and reports. They started questioning all of her servants. So eventually she died locked in her own castle. They didn't give her a trial because it was too embarrassing for her or something, and she's, because she's still noble blood, but she ended up dying probably due to starvation alone in her cell in her own castle. So that brings us to Bathory, the band. And as you may know, I've been a long time black metal hater. I've always been into the death metal side of extreme metal, but I could never get into black metal. So after starting this channel and trying to listen to bands and genres that I wasn't into before, so far I've reacted to Mayhem, De Mysteriis Dom Satanas, and I've reacted to Burzum, Hivis Liset Tar Os. So if you haven't seen those reactions and you're a black metal fan, go check them out. Today we're reacting to Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death. And I've known about this band for a really long time because of their name, because I think that the Countess Bathory legend is really interesting and cool. And I didn't even know that she had a spiked glove. Like, that's crazy. So these guys were inspired by her too. I know this is pretty old school. This came out in the 80s, and I know that Bathory is considered one of the first black metal bands, but this is black metal mixed with Viking metal, and I'm not very familiar with Viking metal. It's not something that I am normally into. I don't really know too much about classic rock in general or old school metal from the 80s, but I like the imagery, I like the imagination, and I like the stories. So I'm looking forward to hearing this one. Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death. Let's go. Track 1, Odin's Ride Over Nordland. Supposedly this is their best album, according to Reddit. They have a lot of albums. I wonder if this is a 3-minute intro track. It might be a 3-minute intro track. I mean, we'll listen to all of it. Unless they go into a really fast song right here, but I have a feeling this is a 3-minute intro track. Alright, get you hyped up for it. Now, despite learning about all like the torture of Countess Bathory, this seems to be more of like a war battle themed album. Like the forces of light and darkness are fighting each other. There's a naked girl getting dragged. Not really sure what's going on here. Maybe that's like a war going on in the heavens. Track 2, A Fine Day to Die. Yes. So they've switched to 6-time here. Started off in 4-time and switched to 6. But they've got this straightforward beat here. I guess what James Hetfield would call the regular beat. I like this. Yeah, I like that. It's interesting, the bass has just been staying on the one note. But the guitars are doing proper like runs and like proper riffs. That's cool, I like that. solo. It's not really a solo per se, but it's leads giving it that texture. You know, I like his vocals. I like him. It's not as weird as what I heard with like Burzum and Mayhem. This is more of like the black metal screaming that I know. Synths and acoustics thrown in here, huh? I like this. This feels like old school thrash. I'm sure, you know, it's probably coming from that world. It's coming from the thrash world. But the vocals are what sets it apart. Oh, guitar's going crazy there. Nice. I like that. An off-time polyrhythm happening here. That's cool. Nice. So when they say Viking metal, I think what gives it that Viking feel is that beat. You know, it's in 6/time, but it's got like that straightforward thrash metal beat that you hear in the kick and the snare. But the subdivisions are like 6/time. I really liked when like the intro, like when they first get into it, when they first get heavy. That sounded cool. I'm liking the guitar tones too. Now, of course, this is the 80s, so they are, relatively speaking, they're very thin, but they still do have like a pretty nice saturated tone. And I'm also trying to just be open-minded because I know that this is a long time ago. I know this is one of the first black metal bands, so I'm trying to just be open-minded to it and, you know, not judge it too harshly, because this is, you know, this paved the way for other bands and other musical ideas that would, you know, that would come after this and, you know, probably enhance the genre even further. So this is like the origin of a lot of that. I'm trying to, you know, recognize that and respect it. Let's keep it going. The Golden Walls of Heaven. That was cool. That's cool intro. Oh, yes. Thank God. I didn't know if they were going to do this drum beat. That's cool. Thank God they did the drum beat. I'm starting to really like that drum beat now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is what I thought they were gonna sound like. It's this. Alright, cool. I'm feeling this. So this is black metal, huh? No, it's good. Because, you know, I like psyched myself up for this. I psyched myself up for like this sound. So now I'm like getting it and it's coming in full force. Nice. Oh no, the bass wasn't in there before. The bass just came in here. I'm not sure where that snare is. I'm not sure where the center of the rhythm is, but it sounds cool. It's a really cool blend there, that guitar riff with the drums. Yeah. That shit's tight. And then they bring it to this beat. Nice. Oh, nice. A double kick. Hell yeah. I want them to do the double kick more. I'm hearing some melodic intervals there that are very interesting, like kind of buried in there, like right here, like that right there. That's very cool. If I'm hearing it correctly. I think I am. Very cool. Awesome. That song kicked my ass. The Golden Walls of Heaven. Because, you know what? I didn't know, dude. Like, you know, I heard the first track. Oh, okay, it's an intro. And then A Fine Day to Die. This is cool. And that's like where like that Viking stuff comes in. But I wasn't sure. Is like the whole album gonna be this kind of beat? You know, like this kind of style? I didn't know. And so the Golden Walls of Heaven, that is like full force, like black metal. Like that is what everyone knows, or that's what everyone thinks of black metal, is like that sound. So yeah, that's a cool song. I have no idea what they're going to do next, if they're going to go back to a different kind of beat or if they're going to continue with this aggression. Pace Till Death. That was weird. What? Why did you do that? Sick thrash riff. The sick thrash riff, and then I heard hints of like this gothic melodic harmonies going on there. But like very quick hints of it. I'm glad that it's really technical. I like that a lot. Much more technical than what I heard with Mayhem and Burzum. And it's really fast. Pays Till Death. Yeah, that song's sick. That song is pretty sick too. I really like when they have like these pauses and then you hear like the guitars, you know, doing the riff by themselves. You know, and they did that in the beginning of that song a little bit. It did get kind of screwy a little bit, but I think that's part of the charm and like the rawness of the recording. But not only doing that, but doing that with like these palm muted riffs. And you know, before even going into this, like I was thinking like it would be cool if they did shit like that, but I don't think they're going to, because I don't think they're that kind of band, and that's more of like a death metal thing. Like really technical, like palm muted fast riffs. No, but they did exactly that. They did exactly the thing that like I was hoping they would do, but I didn't think they would do. And that's really cool. So far this is like how I imagined they would be. I do feel like I know that the recording quality is very low, and I know that's a stylistic thing for a lot of these bands. I don't know if it's necessarily a stylistic thing at this time in like the mid 80s for these bands, but I know it's more of like it's in the scene of black metal, it's a purposeful stylistic choice. But I can't help but feel that like I would like it even more if it was a little higher quality like mixing, or if there was like more bass in it so that I could hear it more. But yeah, I know it's the style, and maybe, you know, as I keep listening to it, maybe I'll just get used to it and I'll like it that way, because I know that's how the fans feel about it. Like they like it that way. So let's keep it going. Holocaust. That was so cool. That opening riff, that was awesome. Like, it was like a cool, interesting rhythm. So far, I've really enjoyed their intros a lot. It like really helps to differentiate the song so they don't all sound the same. That's like catchy. I'm not sure where the center of the rhythm is again. These black metal speed thrash drum beats always fuck me up. I always want to hear them as a blast beat, but I know it's not a blast beat. Like, my center of rhythm tends to follow the snare, wherever the snare is. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's tight. Holocaust. So yeah, so far all these songs that really I thought they were all just gonna kind of sound the same, but like honestly I'm like impressed that they have their own identity, and like all the tracks, like they're mixing it up that like I don't know what's gonna come next. And maybe this is a silly comparison because they're completely unrelated, but like a lot of these riffs and these moments just make me think of Cannibal Corpse, one of my favorite metal bands. It just, I'm not saying it sounds like Cannibal Corpse, but it just makes me think of them, like some of the things that they do. For all those who died. Let's hear this. See, this is cool. Again, see, they're switching it up. They're switching it up. I guess this is more going back to like the Viking feeling. I feel kind of silly calling it Viking. I guess that's what it is. That's what Wikipedia told me it was, so. Hearing that they let like the guitar ring out while the bass is still keeping like this drive going on with like the main part. That's interesting. It almost kind of makes me think of like a Metallica song that I heard when I was reacting to one of their albums. Like maybe something off of the Black Album. That's interesting. I like this outro. Really cool. I appreciate the diversity on this album so far. It's pretty cool. That song's cool too. I like that they gave us change of pace a little bit. I wish it was like a little shorter. I just wish the song was a little shorter, but still good song. All right, next track, Dies Irae. I don't know how it's pronounced. I see it all the time, but I never know how to pronounce that phrase. That's heavy as fuck. Yeah. Now this kind of reminds me of one of the previous songs. I forget which one. Maybe it was Holocaust. It's kind of similar, but maybe this is even more aggressive though. I mean, this is a super aggressive song. This one feels more like straight to the point, like they're getting into it. Nice. See, they hit these like very interesting intervals there. Like that second note right there. I like that. I really like that. They've switched it up here. That's how he says it. Dies Irae. Irae. I like that. Yeah. It's like a very gothic feeling. That guitar going up there, that's cool. Nice. That, I think, might have been the most aggressive track so far. Maybe, but that, yeah, pretty aggressive. We're coming to the title track, Blood, Fire, Death. I think this song is like 8 minutes long. Let's see. Yeah, it's just probably gonna have like this is like the interlude. It's gonna have like a long intro, maybe. I think similar to what we heard in the intro of the album. Maybe not the intro of the album, but the intro of the second track. Oh no. They're going into it. Okay. I like their melodic moments when they're using full distortion. Almost sounds like there's a chorus on the guitar, but I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. This is that Viking shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like those bends there with that guitar in the background. That wah. Oh, it's like singing. He's singing. Oh, damn. He's like singing notes. I heard him say something about a chariot. It sounds very raw there. Like it could fall apart at any second. You really feel like, with this recording production quality, like you feel like you're in the room with them. Nice. I wish she would bring out that double kick even more, because we only hear it for like brief moments. That's interesting. Listen to that bass run there. That's why I wish the bass was not just louder, but like more bassy. 'Cause I can hear there's some cool stuff happening with the bass. Let me check the track listing here. Oh no, so this is still part of the same song. They're back into it. I kind of did those transitions very smoothly. This is cool. Okay, I think this is the outro. Oh wait, no, it's still the same song. Okay, this is the outro. Last track. Very epic track. Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death. Really cool stuff. I'm glad I heard this today. They do a really good job of mixing this, I guess at the time, new black metal sound. I don't even know if they called it black metal at this time, but it is very stylistically distinct. It's very stylistically distinct, the genre of black metal. So I think it was relatively new at this point in time. And I think they did a really good job of mixing that with these Viking elements, which honestly I wouldn't have thought of Viking metal until I had read people describing Bathory as having those elements. So I think it's a good mix, and it's a good ratio, because a lot of like the meat and potatoes of the album is like this fast black metal thrash, like super aggressive style, and it's really cool. I just wish, as an outsider, again, I'm an outsider to black metal. I just wish that it was better sound quality. So I wonder, like, newer bands in the genre, in the scene, newer bands into like going into the 90s and maybe even 2000s, what other bands are doing this sound but with the higher production, so that, you know, we can hear like more details and stuff, especially more bass. I just wish there was like more bass, that it was thicker. But yeah, having said that, no, it's really cool. Bathory's awesome, and I think this sound is more what I think of when I hear the word death, or I'm sorry, when I hear the word black metal, as opposed to like what we heard on this channel when I did the reactions to Burzum and Mayhem. Those are way more like experimental than I was expecting them to be. Experimental, and at times like almost shoegazer, which is like very surprising to me. So compared to that, this is more like more metal. It's more metal, and I really like all of the like the super fast thrash riffs. Like, yeah, sounds really cool. And their band name. Their band name is fucking badass, and it sounds like silly and unimportant, but I think having a cool band name can it can help to like open you up. It opens up your imagination. Like it's kind of in the back of your mind, like as you're listening to any band. Like if the band name is cool, it makes you like feel like it's even more cool, like at least subconsciously, which is a reason why I've been a Metallica hater, because like I hate that band name Metallica, right? So if you haven't seen those, I've also reacted to quite a few Metallica albums, and still more to come. But I don't know what other black metal bands y'all think I should listen to. I know a lot of people have been requesting more Mayhem and more Burzum. So I'll probably get around to that in the future as well. Check out some of their other albums and see how they've evolved. But I also like, especially when taking on like a whole genre of black metal, I'd like to hear like different bands, hearing different interpretations of that sound in the genre, or maybe even hearing black metal mixed with other genres. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments what other albums you think would be cool to react to, or stop by one of my live streams. I do a lot of live streams of video games. Just play lots of games. Stop by, hang out. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a nice day.